हेलो एवरीवन, वेलकम टू माय चैनल। आज हम पढ़ने वाले हैं स्ट्रेंथ ऑफ मटेरियल का एक टॉपिक, इलास्टिक कांस्टेंट्स और उनके बीच का रिलेशन। तो बिफोर गोइंग इनटू दैट हम स्टार्ट करते हैं हुक्स लॉ से। व्हाट इज हुक्स लॉ? तो आप लोगों ने अगर पढ़ा है द रिलेशनशिप बिटवीन स्ट्रेस एंड स्ट्रेन फॉर माइल्ड स्टील, तो उसके लिए ग्राफ कुछ इस तरह से आता है। इट गोज अ लिटिल बिट अप, देन गोज डाउन एंड अप, एंड देन हियर इट एंड्स। सो जो पहली लिमिट दैट इज अचीव्ड, ओके, it is linear. If you see this graph here, it is linear. So it is linear this way. It goes like this. Yeah, perfect. Now this is the relationship between what stress. If you denote stress by sigma and the strain by epsilon e, you can develop a relationship between stress and strain for mild steel. So there are various limits obtained. What are those? First one is the elastic limit, right about here. Then there is the proportionality limit. Then there is the upper yield point. Then there is the lower yield point. Then here comes the ultimate stress, and here comes the breaking stress. So these are the various points. So if you talk about Hooke's law is only defined within the proportionality limit. So it is only defined till here, where the curve is linear. That is, stress is directly proportional to strain. So for this part only the Hooke's law is defined. So if you sought to define what is Hooke's law, it states that stress is directly proportional to strain, but within the proportionality limit. So stress is directly proportional to strain. So if you reduce the graph to the proportionality limit, what you get is the graph just right here. So this is sigma and epsilon. You will get a graph which is linear. So Hooke's law states that stress is directly proportional to strain. So if you remove this proportionality limit, what you get is sigma is equals to E into epsilon. If the strain is represented by epsilon E and the stress is represented by sigma, there is a relation between them like this. So you can also write it down as E is equals to sigma divided by E. You can also write it down as sigma divided by E. So this is nothing but the slope of the stress strain curve. So if there is a slope of stress strain curve theta, you can write it down as tan theta is equals to E, which is equals to again sigma upon E. You can clearly see it from here. This is sigma, and then this one, the below it is E. So tan theta is perpendicular upon base, which is sigma upon E. Yes. So there are various elastic constants, इसके बारे में आज हम पढ़ेंगे. The first one is the Young's modulus, जो हमने अभी पढ़ा, इसको हम डिनोट करते हैं E से. The next one is the shear modulus, इसको हम डिनोट करते हैं G से. And then there is Burke modulus, जिसको K से डिनोट किया जाता है. And the Poisson ratio, जिसको डिनोट करते हैं हम म्यू से. तो इन सभी इलास्टिक कांस्टेंट्स के बारे में हम बारी बारी में पढ़ेंगे. The first one is the Young's modulus, which is denoted by E. So by definition, it is defined as the slope of the stress strain curve under the axial loading. So if there is an axial loading and you plot the stress strain curve and you find out the slope of that stress strain curve, that slope is known as Young's modulus. So if you write it if you want to write it mathematically, you can write it down as E is equals to direct stress under axial loading, direct stress divided by the linear strain. Or you can write it down as E is equals to sigma divided by epsilon E. So this is what is known as Young's modulus. Here is the next one. It's known as shear modulus. Shear modulus is denoted by G. You can write it down as G. It is defined as the ratio of shear stress to shear strain. So you can write it down as G is equals to shear stress divided by shear strain. Alright, so here shear stress is represented by tau and shear strain is represented by phi. So tau upon phi is known as a shear modulus, ratio of shear stress to shear strain. One is bulk modulus, which is denoted by K. Bulk modulus is denoted by K. It is defined as the ratio of direct stress to the volumetric strain. So if you if you want to define it or write it by mathematically, you can write it down as K is equals to direct stress divided by the volumetric strain. तो आप इसे ऐसे लिख सकते हैं, व्हाट इज डायरेक्ट स्ट्रेस, इट इज सिग्मा डिवाइडेड बाय वॉल्यूमेट्रिक स्ट्रेन को डिनोट करते हैं हम एप्सिलॉन वी से। सो लीनियर स्ट्रेन से वॉल्यूमेट्रिक स्ट्रेन कैसे डिफरेंट होता है? लीनियर स्ट्रेन इज डिफाइंड एज एप्सिलॉन एल इज इक्वल्स टू चेंज इन लेंथ अपॉन ओरिजिनल लेंथ, वेयर एज if you talk about the volumetric strain, it is defined as change in the volume upon the original volume. Yes, this is all about bulk modulus. The next is Poisson ratio, which is denoted by mu. Mu is the Poisson ratio. So as by definition it is known as the ratio of lateral strain to the longitudinal strain, but only within the elastic zone. So this is defined within the elastic zone. So if you write Poisson ratio, it is mu is equals to lateral strain divided by longitudinal strain, where lateral strain has a negative sign. Why? Because if you take a body, I can make you understand that there is a compressive load on the body, say P. तो जब ये बॉडी को कंप्रेस करेगा तो क्या करेगा? लेंथ को रिड्यूस करेगा, विड्थ को इंक्रीज करेगा। सो द लेटरल स्ट्रेन विच इज द विड्थ, चेंज इन द विड्थ अपॉन द ओरिजिनल विड्थ, ये लेटरल स्ट्रेन है, यानी कि स्ट्रेन अपोजिट टू द डायरेक्शन ऑफ द एक्सिस ऑफ लोडिंग, इसके अपोजिट डायरेक्शन में, यानी कि इस डायरेक्शन में जो स्ट्रेन प्रोड्यूस होता है वो कौन सा होता है? लेटरल स्ट्रेन। तो लेटरल स्ट्रेन इज जस्ट अपोजिट टू द लॉन्गिट्यूडनल स्ट्रेन, यानी कि अगर साइज ऑफ द मेंबर इन द डायरेक्शन ऑफ द एक्सिस छोटा हो रहा है तो परपेंडिकुलर टू द एक्सिस ऑफ लोडिंग कैसा हो रहा है? इंक्रीज हो रहा है। तो यू नीड टू इंट्रोड्यूस अ नेगेटिव साइन टू जस्ट टेक केयर ऑफ इट। तो पॉइजन रेशियो कैसे डिफाइन होता है? लेटरल स्ट्रेन विद अ नेगेटिव साइन डिवाइडेड बाय द लॉन्गिट्यूडनल साइन। और इफ यू वांट टू राइट इट डाउन एज, यू कैन राइट इट डाउन एज एप्सिलॉन एल डिवाइडेड बाय एप्सिलॉन ई। So E is the longitudinal strain, whereas epsilon L is the lateral strain. So this was all about the Poisson ratio. Now these all elastic constants are related to each other by few formulas. You can write it down as first one, A, E is equals to, so Young's modulus and bulk modulus and Poisson ratio are related as E is equals to 3 into K 1 minus 2 mu. Next is E, that is Young's modulus, shear modulus and Poisson ratio are related as E is equals to 2G 1 plus mu. Next is Young's modulus, the bulk modulus and the shear modulus are related as E is equals to 9 kg, K and the G divided by 3K plus G. Last, that is the relation between the Poisson ratio, the bulk modulus and the shear modulus. It is, you can write it down as, here I am writing up here, U is equals to 3K minus 2G divided by 6K plus 2G. So these are the relationships between the elastic constants. E is equals to 3K 1 minus 2 mu, B where E is equals to 2G 1 plus mu, and the C where E is equals to 9 kg upon 3K plus G, and the D where mu is equals to 3K minus 2G upon 6K plus 2G. ठीक है, यहाँ पर जो K है वो है bulk modulus, mu है Poisson ratio, E जो है वो है elastic constant, और if you talk about G is known as modulus of rigidity or the shear modulus. ठीक है, इसको दो नाम से भी जाना जाता है, modulus of rigidity और shear modulus. So this was all about today's lecture. Thank you. अगर आपको अच्छा लगा हो तो लाइक कीजिए, शेयर कीजिए, कमेंट कीजिए, और डू सजेस्ट द नेक्स्ट टॉपिक जिस पर मैं स्लाइड बनाऊं, तो आप उसको भी कमेंट में लिख सकते हैं। थैंक यू वेरी मच।